Hello and welcome to a bit of exciting Planet Coaster 2 news because we have got Hotfix 2. Just before we jump in and have a look at all the changes, updates and exciting new things coming and I give my personal opinions, I did notice as soon as I opened the homepage of these patch notes that we've got a little video called Planet Coaster 2 Workshop Wonders. I think it's great that they're highlighting creators of workshop items and putting them on their website. I think that's amazing. And I've actually just paused it on one of Estan's build. I'm sure you all are aware who Estan is, another great content creator for Planet Coaster 2 based on YouTube. And yeah, this is his creation of Wilderness Springs. But I'm glad they're doing that and they're involving people and getting people involved and putting stuff on their website. But let's jump into it and see what it says. I nearly said Heyo Zookeepers then instead of Heyo Park Managers. That shows how many Planet Zoo videos I have created in the past. But it starts here with saying, last week we were blown away with some wonderful creations and you continue to amaze us. See the video below, and that's what I've just explained to you what it is and what they're doing. So let's have a look at what's going on in the actual Hotfix. Hotfix 2 guest flume use. Now, I just want to begin before we jump into this by saying that I'm fully aware that Planet Coaster 2 is not perfect. Maybe they should have delayed launch, but they probably wanted to get a release in before Christmas. I understand that from a business point of view. But we have got a great game, and you can see by this Hotfix 2 that they are currently and actively working on hotfixes to solve problems in Planet Coaster 2. They really are. So give them credit, have a little bit of patience, and let's see what we've got in Hotfix 2. It starts with guest flume use. Guests will be less likely to change their mind on the way to use a flume. That's actually directly impacted me, so keep your eyes and ears out for a video coming from me soon where I create my very first water slide. It's a big water slide. This is not just a water slide. Honestly, you're going to be amazed by it. But I did have this problem. People just wasn't going. My guest in my park wasn't going using my flume, which is annoying, but it seems like they fixed that now. Next one is the chance that guests will use flumes to enter pool has been increased. Then we've got the weighting of flume prestige within guest decision making has been increased. The chance of guests riding the same flume multiple times has been increased, and guests will now find full pools less desirable. So straight off the bat, we've got some great hot fixes coming regarding water flumes. The next section is all about guest queuing behaviour. It says here that guests will now tolerate longer queues, with reason of course, and will use more of the available queue path. Queue times being reported by platforms with multiple slides attached will now display accurately. I didn't actually notice it was inaccurately, but apparently yeah. It says note here, these changes will only affect new guests as they arrive in your parks and will not affect existing guests. The best thing to do, I mean franchise you might struggle with this, well the best thing to do if you're playing sandbox mode is just close your zoos down, wait for everybody to leave and then reopen. Sorry, I keep saying zoos, I just said zoo again, didn't I? Close your parks down in the information tab and then reopen your parks, and that should solve that problem. Right, December update. Here's an update on what the team are working on for the December update. Items in bold and new additions are now confirmed from working on the list. That's interesting. Okay, additions and announcements. These are what are confirmed. Okay. And obviously bold is what is currently working. So UI enhancements. I know a lot of people are slated the UI, so let's see what they're doing about it. Edge scrolling for PC, brilliant. Don't really affect me. I use my WASD keys for moving around the map, but I know a lot of people do use edge scrolling, so that's being implemented for PC. Browser tabs will remain on screen whilst in tool menus. Again, another great addition. Don't know why they didn't do that from the offset, but now we are getting it. Color picker adjustments. Here we go. I said excited. That's how excited I am. Exiting the color picker will apply the setting as well as clicking confirm. The input field will no longer require the hash when adding manual colors, which is great. Correct the mouse failing to move the cursor whilst outside the gradient square. Improve areas where scenery should remember the last custom colour picked. That's annoyed me personally, glad they've done that. The browser no longer closing when placing blueprints. Browser tooltips will show when in placement mode. Improved UI responsiveness. I've not really noticed it being unresponsive, but yeah. Adjusted colorblind, right, that's great. Do you know what I mean? Adjusted colorblind friendly heat maps to make them more user friendly. I'm I'm happy about that for the people who are colourblind. Control adjustments. Okay, so first one is the return to browser option will work when inside the track editor. That's good. For PC players, that's me, angle snap and other sliders have an off option, will have functionality for easy toggling. Embedded the create custom ride / coaster UI into the object browser rather than having its own bespoke UI. That's great, just makes life a lot easier. Added custom rebindable controls for camera tilt and mouse controls. For coasters, they're adding the ability to have separate loading and unloading stations where applicable. Again, another great addition. I need it as well for something I've got planned for coasters. Customizable tracks and transport rides. Paths. Remove Planet Coaster 2 logo from paths. Brilliant. These are mainly on the queues. The Planet Coaster 2 logo is now being removed so you can have a plain queue line. Brilliant. Guests added a new heat map for guest tolerance, which will show the tolerance for fear, nausea and ride height amongst other factors. Moving on to scenery, they're adding scenery pieces to create custom coaster supports. Add a selection of glass pieces for players to use in the parks. I repeat, glass, because imagine launching a coaster game with no glass pieces, but we've got them now, so don't worry about that. Let's forgive and forget. Weather added the ability to change weather in Sandbox. It just, honestly, this is the biggest thing for me. This is the one what stands out for me. Adding ability to change weather in Sandbox. Why we didn't get that originally, I do not know. We've got it now. I'm so happy about it. I don't have to look at disgusting rain when I'm trying to build a nice, warm, tropical, vibrant for the park. Like, thank you Frontier. Anyway, that's my little rant / forgiving Frontier over. Water visuals. Water droplets will now be visible on game camera when the camera goes into pools. That's a nice little added touch. By the way, on the left hand side I can just see this guy floating around on the Lilo, which is just brilliant. Sandbox mode. Increase the possible maximum guest cap. Here we go, because remember it was 6,000. It looks like they're increasing it when playing in solo sandbox mode on PC only. That makes sense, because I know a lot of console players will be annoyed by that, but it's a simple fact that console players having the console, it just can't handle it. The more advanced PCs can, basically, I'm afraid to say. Right, workshop. Increased number of items displayed in the browser per page. Great, and it's already been added because remember it's in bold writing. Guests, staff and maintenance. Janitors now empty bins in their staff zones. That's nice of them. Rebalance ride condition decay for coasters and rides. Rides will call for servicing jobs earlier to allow more time for mechanics to attend. I've noticed that. I'm glad to change that. Miscellaneous, coaster bug fixes and general stability and performance fixes. And we've got a whole list of stuff what they actually currently are working on. I'm so happy that they're being so open with everything as well. So they're working on that fact that flumes, they're going to improve the flume physics. 2 additional special piece variants for RAF flumes, we're getting the ability to allow multiple guests on flumes at the same time, and more realistic guest / dummy behaviours. The UI enhancements include additional UI enhancements, ability to reset objects back to the default colour. Controls, streamline multi-select control / shift will now toggle between options rather than needed to hold shift key. Guest, staff and maintenance, reduce the condition penalty for power generators to ensure more power is available. And for the workshop, we've got the remove the download limit for PC, and then it just ends with a thank you there, and then the issue tracker. If you do want to see any bugs yourself or any issues, you can report it. But there we go, that is the rundown and the news from Hotfix 2. I've just said I'm so happy that they're being open with us. We are getting a lot. We understand, Frontier, that you continuously support this game for years and years and years, just like you have done with Planet Zoo, and you continue to do with Planet Zoo, even though Planet Coaster 2 has been released. Yeah, wonderful. Let me know what you're most excited about. What changes, what are being implemented, are going to affect you the most. Let me know in the comment section below. Anyway, my name's Adam. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will probably catch you in the next Planet Coaster 2 video.